Not trying to scare anybody. Really not. Jesus said, do not be afraid, fear not. But I want to give you an example of what I was just sharing. I feel like their discipline was overdone. The Roman Empire, the elite military soldiers that copied Alexander the Great, they disciplined very severely. Crucifixion was something that I think started during the Persian Empire. They crucified Leonidas, and they put his head on a spear. You guys want the real history? We're about to get into the Alexander the Great, hopefully, series on the YouTube channel. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys what 39 lashes really looks like and what he actually went through, dude. So just be thinking about the beating that Paul went through to give you the gospel freedom that this country's had since its conception. No pastors or preachers have had to go to prison for sharing the gospel in this country freely. What a blessing. But also think about what Jesus Christ, what he did for you and me. Jesus said it is finished, but this is pretty much what he got first. Probably got struck on the face first and spit on and mocked, and then when they got into that thing, didn't necessarily look just like Mel Gibson's movie, but here you go. Here you go. 39. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, whiplash on the back, a little bruise. How do you think Christ felt? I'm not talking about overdoing discipline, y'all. Really not. And to think that he was wounded for our transgressions. I want to read it now. Isaiah 53:5. In the spirit of gentleness, Jesus is Lord. I want to read the whole thing. But I'm going to read the first that I wanted to. Verse 5. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. Who hath believed our report? Isaiah 53. Who hath believed our report? And to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground. He hath no form nor comeliness. And when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, and we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did not esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he, Jesus, he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord hath laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed, and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before her shears is dumb, so he opened not his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment. And who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off out of the land of the living. For the transgression of my people, for the transgression of my people was he stricken. And he made his grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was any deceit in his mouth. He was pure, he was perfect, the spotless Lamb. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He hath put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed. He shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hand. He shall see of the travail of his soul, and shall be satisfied. By his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many. Jesus, by the way. By his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many. Thank God I am his servant. For he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he hath poured out his soul unto death. And he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bare the sin of many, and made intercession for transgressors, and made intercession for the transgressors. God is my Abba Father. He's yours too if you confess that Jesus is Lord and you believe in your heart that God the Father raised him from the dead. Repent, believe, and live forever. Jesus ain't dying no more. But he did take a brutal beating for your soul and for mine. Peace.